Initially, Alec Bunbury, Metro Journal, and ultimately Bert Batt undertook the idea of training avalanche dogs and search dogs. The availability of other police dogs was limited in opportunity and not trained to our needs. And for example, we had police dogs go out in the field and their footpaths were all cut by the ice and snow, so they're now injured dogs and they haven't been out an hour. So we have to train dogs that could do this work. And we dug holes, put people in the hole with an oxygen bottle, and desecrated the site from scents to confuse the dog and let the dog go half a mile away and see if he could find the guy buried in the hole.
I would go out on weekends with Bert to help him out, so I'd go off and get lost in the woods and let him and his dogs track me down. I didn't get to know Metro that well, but I often saw him there with his dogs, and it kind of lit the interest for me to eventually get a dog of my own in search and rescue.
I developed a program that was very, very demanding, very detailed, and there was no room for excuses. You either found the things that we laid out or you fail. And the program that I used, the dogs had to be taught cue words: left, right, stop, back up. If they didn't back up, fail. And I was very strict on that. I had to be. The way the brewer showed me some of the things that were up in the mountains, I told myself, Metro, you've got to be really, really detailed.
That program that Metro, Alec, and Bert undertook is extensive in terms of time commitment. The dog doesn't learn in 3-week courses, more like 2-year courses. But those dogs, once they were trained, we could rely on them to be the search dog. Remember, the team's focus for many of the formative years were search and rescue. The 3-hour rescue, we hadn't dreamt of that one. We had searches, a car, a missing person report, and we would get articles of scent from the family, toothbrush, hair, undershorts, pajamas, and the dog would work on that track to find the people, despite the rain, the snow, the time. So they were a big element in this problem of finding missing persons.
Well, my dog Chloe, she's trained in both wilderness search and rescue and avalanche search and rescue. So the wilderness search and rescue is what they call air scenting. So we, although Chloe does track recreationally, I don't use it for search and rescue. It's air scenting that we do. And so she'll go into an area and she'll look for human scent or articles with human scent.
So we have 2 dogs in here today. Chloe and Nan. It's been about 6 months since the individual that we're looking for today went missing. We're just going to take our time and go through every fallen tree, every rock, and see if we can get some closure for the family if we're lucky. When she puts her nose in the air, she's indicating that something there possibly doesn't belong. So she's just taking a scan around, see if she sees anything.
Also, people who are suicidal, who don't tell anyone they are suicidal, they just disappear, make it extremely awkward to find them. But the dog sometimes could find them because they're no longer communicative in the life form, but the dog can smell some anomaly in the forest. So that paid dividends.
My first search and rescue dog, Chloe, was validated in wilderness search through the BC Search Dog Association, and then also in avalanche rescue through the Canadian Avalanche Rescue Dog Association. Really, in most search and rescue instances, they're there for the rescuers, so that the rescuers are out on the avalanche site. There's potential for another avalanche to come down, and if they get hit by an avalanche and couldn't turn their transceiver to send, or if their transceiver gets broken, we have the dog on site to rescue the rescuers.
So now we're more runaway kids, missing old people, and cadavers. Again, to find the body to give a closed scene for the family.
He's onto something, I don't know what it is.
Oh, what is that?
Command from 3-5. Go ahead, 3-5. We can confirm that we have the subject.
Okay, thank you.
This is North Shore Rescue. If you can hear us, respond now.
If the human is responsive, probably a search team that's yelling out will locate them before the dog will.
Okay.
I think when the subject is unresponsive, and especially in thick bush or something like that, the dogs can really help you zero in just because they search with their nose as opposed to their eyes, like us. But I do think that when I go into search an area, if I search with my dog, I do a better job than when I'm by myself or just with humans, because dogs search in a different manner.
It's the heroes, it's a group effort together. Dog tracking, group training, human tracking, all put together, and that's what this rescue team is all about.
Pretty significant too, Kate. That's one that they would know. You just don't assume anything back here. Middle of nowhere, to come across something is significant.
The bond between the handler and the dog is critical.
Okay, Nan, let's go up.
It's remarkable the bond they have and the language they share between each other.